Hey, beautiful Aries souls. I just finished doing this reading and I had to share it with you immediately because what came through was absolutely mind blowing. I was sitting here with my deck and your energy was just electric. Like, seriously, the cards practically jumped out of my hands when I asked about what's coming for you. So I pulled cards asking specifically about this energy of someone ignoring you, but secretly despairing. And there's this urgent message that the universe really needs you to hear right now. And let me tell you, what came through is going to shift everything for you. The first card that literally flew out of my deck was the Four of Swords, and I was like, wait, what? This is not what I expected for fiery Aries energy at all. But then it hit me, and this makes perfect sense. This card is showing me that there's been this period of forced stillness in your life, especially around communication with someone specific. You know who I'm talking about. That person who's been radio silent, who seems to have just disappeared from your world without explanation. But here's where it gets interesting. The Four of Swords isn't just about rest or meditation. In this context, it's showing me that this person has been in a state of mental retreat. They've literally been lying low, almost in hiding from their own feelings about you. Picture someone lying on that tomb in the card, but they're not peaceful. Their mind is racing even though their body is still. That's exactly what's happening with this person. They've been ignoring you not because they don't care, but because they care so much it's overwhelming them. The swords above them in this card represent all the thoughts they're trying to suppress about you. Every time they think about reaching out, those mental swords feel like they're pointing down at them, creating this internal pressure that's honestly eating them alive. I kept pulling more cards because this energy was so intense, and then I got the Eight of Pentacles, and this literally gave me chills. This card traditionally shows someone diligently working on their craft, perfecting their skills. But in your reading, this is showing me that this person has been working hard to convince themselves they don't need you. They've been crafting this whole narrative in their head about why staying away is the right choice. Think about it. The figure in this card is completely focused on their work, head down, not looking up. That's exactly what this person has been doing. They've been so focused on building walls, on perfecting their reasons for staying away, that they haven't looked up to see how much pain they're causing both of you. They've turned avoiding you into an art form. But here's the thing about the Eight of Pentacles energy. All that focused work is about to pay off, but not in the way they expected. The universe is about to show them that all this work they've put into staying away from you has actually been teaching them how much they need you in their life. It's like they've been practicing living without you, and they're finally going to realize they don't want to be an expert at that. Now, this next card absolutely floored me. I pulled the Three of Cups, and at first I was confused because this is typically about celebration and friendship. But then the message became crystal clear, and it's actually brilliant. This card is showing me that the shocking thing coming for you is connected to your social circle, to group energy. Someone in your friend group, or maybe mutual friends, are about to play a crucial role in bringing truth to light about this situation. The Three of Cups shows three figures raising their cups in celebration, but look closer at their body language. They're leaning in toward each other, sharing secrets, exchanging information that's going to change everything. Here's what's about to happen. This person who's been ignoring you has been talking to other people about you. They've been seeking advice, asking mutual friends what they think, trying to get perspective on this whole situation. And your friends, your genuine supporters, they're about to have enough of watching both of you suffer in silence. The celebration in this card represents the relief and joy that's coming when truth finally comes to light. Your friends are going to facilitate some kind of revelation or reunion that brings this painful silence to an end. It might be as simple as someone finally telling you what this person has been saying about you behind the scenes, or as direct as setting up a situation where you two have to face each other. But here's the shocking part, and this is where the King of Swords energy comes in because that was my next pull. This usually represents clear thinking and direct communication, but in your reading, it's showing me that the person who's been ignoring you is about to have this moment of absolute clarity that cuts through all their confusion like a sword. they're going to realize that all their reasons for staying away from you were actually fears dressed up as logic. The King of Swords doesn't mess around with emotions or mixed signals. When this energy hits your person, they're going to see the situation with brutal honesty. They're going to recognize that they've been torturing themselves and you for no good reason. This King energy is about to compel them to take decisive action. No more hiding, no more silence, no more games. They're going to approach you with the directness and maturity that this situation has been desperately needing. And Aries, knowing your energy, you're going to respect this direct approach so much more than you would have respected continued silence or wishy-washy behavior. The next card that came through was the Page of Wands, and this is where your role in all of this becomes crystal clear. Pages represent messages and new beginnings, and this fiery page is showing me that you're about to receive news that reignites your passion and enthusiasm for this connection. But here's what's really beautiful about this card in your reading. The Page of Wands is young, enthusiastic, sometimes impulsive, but always authentic. This card is telling me that when this person finally reaches out to you, when they finally break their silence, your response is going to be pure fire energy. You're not going to play games or act cool. You're going to respond with the honest enthusiasm that this situation deserves. This page is holding a wand like it's a torch, ready to light up whatever comes next. That's your energy right now. You've been waiting in the darkness of their silence, but you haven't lost your fire. And when they finally show up with their truth, you're going to meet them with a brightness that reminds them exactly why they fell for your energy in the first place. Now here's where things get really interesting because I pulled the Ten of Swords next and I know that might sound scary, but hear me out because this is actually incredible news for you. The Ten of Swords represents the end of a painful cycle, the final blow that actually brings relief, because it means the suffering is finally over. In your situation, this card is showing me that this person's despair has reached its absolute peak. They literally cannot ignore you for one more day without it destroying them completely. The figure in this card has hit rock bottom, but look at the horizon in the background. There's light coming. Dawn is breaking. This person's despair over losing you, over the silence they've created, is about to reach such an intensity that it forces them into action. They're going to realize that living without you feels like death, and they're going to choose life, choose hope, choose reaching out to you instead of continuing to suffer in silence. The shocking thing that's coming is that this person is going to reveal just how much they've been struggling without you. They're going to tell you about sleepless nights, about drafting messages they never sent, about seeing things that remind them of you, and feeling like they're being stabbed in the heart. Their despair has been so complete, so overwhelming, that it's going to shock you when they finally let you see it. My final card was the Two of Pentacles, and this is showing me that what's coming requires balance and juggling priorities. This person has been trying to balance their fear against their desire for you, and they've been dropping balls left and right because they can't actually manage both. The figure in this card is juggling two pentacles, trying to keep both in the air, but look at their expression. They're focused, but also slightly strained. This person has been trying to juggle staying away from you while also managing their feelings for you, and it's become impossible. Something has to give. The urgent notice that's coming is that they're going to stop trying to balance these opposing forces. They're going to choose you over their fears, and they're going to do it in a way that shows you they're ready to handle the real complexity of what exists between you two. Here's what I'm seeing happening very soon. Within the next few weeks, possibly even days, you're going to get contact from this person that's going to completely shift your understanding of their silence. They're not going to ease into it or send casual texts. When they break their silence, it's going to be with the full weight of everything they've been holding back. They might call you late at night when they can't sleep anymore, or show up at your door because they literally can't stay away for one more hour. The urgency of their reaching out is going to make it clear that this silence has been torture for them, not indifference. And Aries, Your response is going to be perfect because you're going to match their honesty with your own fire. You're not going to make them guess how you feel or play hard to get. You're going to show up fully present for this conversation that changes everything. The shocking part isn't just that they're coming back. The shocking part is how much they've been thinking about you every single day of this silence. How much they've missed you, needed you, wanted to talk to you but convinced themselves they shouldn't. You're going to realize that their silence was never about not caring. It was about caring so much they didn't trust themselves to handle it properly. Your friends are going to play a role in this revelation, possibly by sharing information or creating opportunities for connection. And when this person finally opens up about their true feelings, about the despair they've been hiding, it's going to feel like everything finally makes sense. The urgent notice is this: prepare yourself for someone to show up in your life with complete vulnerability and honesty. They're going to tell you things that are going to amaze you about how much space you've been taking up in their thoughts and heart. This silence is about to break wide open, and what pours out is going to be beautiful and intense, and exactly what your Aries heart has been waiting for.